The lawyers for Brenton Tarrant have argued that regardless of his standing as one of the nation's most reviled figures, he must be afforded the same legal protections as anyone. The March 15 terrorist is looking to vacate his guilty pleas in the Court of Appeal. Senior reporter Juliet Speedy has today's developments.
The terrorist lawyers started their closing submissions by quoting Nelson Mandela, one of the planet's biggest revolutionaries in dismantling racial oppression.
No one truly knows a nation until he's been inside its jails. A nation should not be judged on how it treats its highest citizens, but how it treats its lowest ones.
The man who murdered 51 people and attempted to murder 40 more innocent worshippers is trying to vacate his guilty pleas nearly 7 years after his terrorist attack. He says his torturous prison conditions caused him an irrational mind when he entered his pleas the year after the attack, and his lawyers wanted to emphasise that there are standards for prisoners.
They apply to everyone, even Mr. Tarrant, who has been described as the most reviled person in New Zealand. Even in this most terrible of cases, there are minimum expectations, which we say were ignored in this unprecedented case.
His standards, he claimed, caused him a nervous breakdown.
Constant surveillance, 15-minute checks, sleep deprivation, and also this court has heard evidence that for hours and hours he was literally sitting in a cell with nothing to do.
The Australian 35-year-old is in an area of Auckland prison known as Peru, Prisoners of Extreme Risk Unit, a unit that the Chief Ombudsman once described as cruel, inhumane and in breach of the United Nations Convention Against Torture. Peru was established following the terrorist attack.
He believed if he did plead guilty that he might be able to ameliorate or improve those prison conditions.
The 3 appeal court judges had many questions throughout the submissions.
This is the issue that's troubling us, is to try and pin down exactly what Mr. Tarrant's case is.
A trial judge would never have allowed the running of the defences that Mr. Tarrant apparently wanted to run.
Family members listening to the hearing angry to hear the terrorist talk about his depressed state and his rights.
My son hasn't got any right. He died. He hasn't got any right. He doesn't have any chance to be old. He hasn't had chance to have children. He have any chance to have family or his future. And also the 51 others, Suhardas, doesn't have any rights at all either.
The terrorist gave evidence this week that his prison conditions caused him a complete loss of identity and that he would never have pleaded guilty nor shown any signs of remorse if he'd been of rational mind. He said those decisions weren't in keeping with the political movement he claims to be a part of.
Make no mistake, Mr. Tarrant's circumstances are like no other. They are far more extreme in our submission than any other prisoner in the Peru or any other prisoner in New Zealand history.
But not world history. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in a cell with just a mat and a bucket, allowed 1 letter and 1 visitor every 6 months.